Right. You're limiting yourself by the declaration of war to an accepted set of practices and standards. Where if you just say, "Look, we're over there, because we want world peace," and look, there's clearly not peace there. Yeah. I mean, we're digressing from the fact that we haven't declared war. The idea that Trump is a peaceful president is just as preposterous. They're all peaceful presidents. We haven't had any wars. We've had a compliant Congress that refuses to engage in any kind of accountability.
Okay, but I mean, did we get into any new conflicts with him? Not using the word war.
Yeah, he unilaterally decided to target and assassinate other world leaders, and then brag about it. Soleimani, Baghdadi. I mean, there's multiple people he targeted and killed, and I'm sure there's a bunch we don't know about. Yeah, the idea that he's a peacetime president is just as foolish as the idea that
Soleimani. It's possible that I just bought into the shit I read on him, which wasn't actually. It was actually kind of anti-Trump, but it was saying that he was responsible for quite a few of our, many of the deaths in, Afghanistan and shit.
No one in the Middle East who killed United States soldiers deserves to be convicted of what they've done. If you invade my goddamn country and you don't even declare war, what a fucking chicken shit thing to do, right? Imagine, what are the people of Iraq
supposed to do? We didn't invade his country.
We did invade his country.
Iran?
We invaded Iraq. We invaded Afghanistan.
Yeah, Iran.
Okay, I don't care. Every single person in that region has every right to murder indiscriminately American citizens over there, taking arms against them. Full fucking stop. And you know what? Iran was only avoided invasion because they were strong enough to actually give the military-industrial complex pause. Every single sand nigger that has ever killed an American citizen in the Middle East deserves absolution. They could not be fairly convicted in a fair court. You could not have a trial and say, "Hey, why were you there and why was the American there? And what was the justification for the American's presence there?"
If you're going to put them all in one group, then they all did 9/11.
No, they didn't all do 9/11.
Well, I know, but
just like all of the people in the United States. Look, if you come into our country and you commit a terrorist act, we're going to kill you, and we're not going to be bad guys for doing it. If we go into your country and you kill us, you're not bad guys for doing it. It's pretty simple. No one in the Middle East is a bad guy because they've done everything possible to push the United States and all of its bases and all of its partners and all of its bullshit out of the region. And the United States people don't even want to be over there. We're only over there because Israel wants us to be there. Because, I say this, and I say it with increasing conviction, if the people in the United States ever woke up to their best interests, Israel would cease to exist in the next 2 years. They would be just completely overwhelmed. It is only through the constant workings of the United States and the West at large, clandestinely and clearly, that they exist and that they continue to expand their territories. There's this common misconception that the 6-Day War was this disaster for Egypt. El Normo's probably one of the people who would tell you, the 6-Day War was a disaster for Egypt. But if you actually look at what happened in the 6-Day War, Israel sued for peace because they were getting their asses handed to them, and Egypt completely retook the territory that Israel had fucking stolen from them.
Not accurate. Not accurate.
We took out their entire. What does that mean?
Got their entire air force before they ever left the ground. Then we took the Sinai, which increased the size of Israel by 1/3, and then we encircled their troops, and they begged us to back off. And the terms were they had to acknowledge the existence of Israel.
Hey, Norman, who holds the Sinai?
Hang on.
Who holds the Sinai?
Hang on.
And you hang on. Who holds the Sinai?
Question to the end.
Who holds the
We
Sinai?
then held it for 20
Norman, I'm going to ask you one more time. Who took the Sinai? Who owns the Sinai Peninsula?
Question at the end. I was in the middle. questions at the end. We then held the Sinai for 20 years until Egypt traded it.
Yeah. So they, so it's funny that he's boldly, advancing. Like we took the Sinai. Yes, you did. You stole that fucking territory from Egypt, and they took it back. It looks like I got my wars confused here because.
Haven't you ever seen the Moshe Dayan?
It was the October War. Hold on, let me correct myself. I want to correct myself before. Looks like it was the October War where they retook the Sinai Peninsula. Let me confirm that.
El Normo was right.
El Normo was right that it was not the 6-Day War. So the October War, which came after the 6-Day War. Yeah, but there's this conception that Israel never lost a war, and that they don't need help. They even say the same. They don't need the United States. I mean, Netanyahu said, no one helps us. No one cares about us. But if the United States and the West pulled out of the Middle East, if we recognize our own interests were not served there, they would be fucking raped and killed and butchered in the most spectacular ways, and it would be over in a fortnight, and it would be over. It would be peaceful. And then you'd actually have people like Gaddafi, and people who actually understood the territory and how to rule those people. People like
aren't you just pontificating? I mean, you're hypothesizing the destruction of Israel. I mean, it's not going to happen.
God! Hold on, I just came.
There's millions of men there that are men at arms. It's not going to happen.
I mean, look, we can all we can do is war game, but I think it'd be very difficult for you to come up with evidence-based scenarios where Israel exists after the United States and the West broadly pull their clandestine and what is the opposite of clandestine?
Opposite of clandestine, which is secret, which is non-clandestine.
There's got to be something better. Let's see. Antonyms for clandestine. Antonyms, not synonyms. God damn.
Non-clandestine.
Public. Let's just say clandestine and public. All the support, clandestine and public, was revoked. Overt. There it is. Oh, clandestine and overt.
Can't we talk about something else other than J words? Otherwise, you become an N word.
We're not talking about J words. We're talking about war. We're talking about the United States, why it declares war, why it doesn't declare war. We're talking about the conception that Donald Trump is a man of peace. It's a lack of accountability at large in government. This has nothing to do with the Jews any more than
I don't know. When you kicked El Normo from the room, I saw Abby emit an emoji, and that is like, I know you two have your thing going on, whatever this thing is, but.
Fuck Norm.
And you're jealous?
No,
He is jealous. How could any man on the app not be jealous, Abby?
I know.
Men and women are jealous of love, but what you guys have is not love. It's a sickness. It's a hatred.
I love the same.
What is up? Baby, don't hurt me no more.
So what
you're
makes
mad
you
about?
decide to call yourself Lizzo?
What?
You just wrote Lizzo, but with different letters.
Lizzo. Maybe I'm missing it. Is this in the chat?
No, never mind. Yeah, did you see that Donald Trump, that Israel is starting to bomb West Bank already?
Yeah.
And I already told this, and people are going to be like, you never said that. Yes, I said. West Bank is next after Gaza.
Yeah.
What are the towns or cities in West Bank that are considered?
They're gonna annex it for Israel. Israel's too small.
But how can you annex it when the population is very dense and there's a lot of Arabs, Palestinians living there?
How they did Gaza?
Well, a false flag attack.
I don't know. Maybe other ways. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if they're not, it's not like a. I mean, Anyways, okay, well, great. Conflict is the norm. I don't understand. What's the point?
Expansion.
Here we go.
Expansion.
Just for posterity, for the record, I confuse it with the fact that it started on the 6th of October. It wasn't the 6-day war. It was an operation that commenced on 6 October 1973. A good date for Hamas if they could have just gotten, one day earlier, where they successfully commenced Operation Badr and to retake the Sinai, causing Israel to sue for peace and completely withdraw, turning the territory back over to Egypt.
So, does it even really matter anymore, man? I think Trump.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter, man. Because you're a fucking cuck, man. Because you're a fucking intel cuck, man. Because you're just gonna vote for Trump or vote for Kamala. You're never gonna do shit, man. You fucking pussy ass bitch. It doesn't matter for you, man. You might as well just fucking get some benzodiazepines and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You fucking retard.
Benzos and shove them up your ass, Diogenes.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Proof it, baby, proof it. Ah!
You're gonna have to make room up there. I've already got my coffee capsules.
How the fuck you been, motherfucker?
Good. How you been?
Rock and rolling. Not on this fucking app so much. I don't have my kid today, so I'm like, let's hop on Clubhouse, see what these fucking deranged maniacs are doing.
Why do you dislike Israel but not, the 30 other Arab Muslim countries that it's surrounded by? I mean,
No. You're missing the forest for the trees here, Lao Tzu.
forest for the trees.
You're missing. You're seeing one tree, and you're in that. The metaphor here is that the tree that you're focused on is that I'm saying that we should withdraw our support from Israel, and it would evaporate. And the reason that it would evaporate is the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Is because then the United States would no longer be embroiled in these part-way in, part-way out conflicts with no decisive start, middle, or end, which simply serve to enrich and empower the entrenched deep state military-industrial complex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm all
So
for
it's not
I'm all
that
for
it's not that
cutting.
I have any bone to pick with Israel per se. If the functions of the state of the Israel are carrying out now were carried out by any other Middle Eastern power and we were supporting them, like after we got out of Israel, the real interesting question would be what happens in Saudi Arabia, right? Because we entered into an agreement to protect them a long time ago. And let's be clear, unless Abby tells me I'm wrong, I'm confident that Israel sees Saudi Arabia as a threat, and
So
they want Saudi Arabia to be.
Why doesn't Israel take out Saudi Arabia and take all their oil resources and declare a new, more expanded Jewish kingdom? I mean, have you met Saudis?
They're on their way right now.
They're on their way to
expanding in
Riyadh?
every direction. Abby, which directions are they not expanding in? I mean, I know they're going into Syria.
Ask yourself, how much do they have to expend? Religiously, if you look at the map of Israel, what it's supposed to be, then it's just the 12 tribes of Israel.
What?
For the Messiah, quote unquote.
There's no 12 tribes. There's one tribe left. It's called Judah, which is the Jews.
I know.
And the rest of the world is
12 tribes from the past.
Well, if you really believe that.
Abby, you trying to say that they're trying to bring upon the apocalypse, man?
According to the
Torah.
Torah.
They're trying to bring about the end times.
Okay.
Dude, that's not cool, man.
Steven,
But
hold on.
religiously,
Edmund, if you look at the Greater Israel Project,
Is that like part of Project 2025?
So look. Do you think that Benjamin Netanyahu has power in Israel?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so I think he does too, and he held up a map of the Greater Israel Project, which includes like a third of Saudi Arabia. So let's be
Come
clear.
on, dude. I mean, you can hold up maps and gaslight and be a politician. I mean, the point.
Yeah, you can yes. You can hold up a map and say, look, these people's territory, we think it belongs to us. Yes, you can do that, and that has repercussions.
Well, I want to ask Abby about the 12 tribes of
If you-
Israel.
Look, if you hold up a map And on your map, you say, hey, here's my friend's state. I think part of that belongs to me. We're going to have words.
Dude, I don't know. You'd have to show me the actual picture of him holding up the Greater Israel
Okay,
map
just
picture.
Google it.
Just Google
Greater
it. Holy
Israel,
shit.
No,
Netanyahu.
I'm lazy. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's uncontroverted. It's literally.
Yeah, PTR it, Abby.
That's too much.
Anyways,
Okay,
I guess
I'll
my
find
point is like, you know, it's fun debating it, but does it just not become masturbation after enough time where you guys are literally wasting your own
Israel
lives
with
talking
breastfeed.
about the topic?
She's just upset.
I'm not upset. I'm trying to
No, you
prioritize my
are.
own
You're
life,
not trying
but
to-
this is not my priority anymore.
What is your
But
priority?
yet again, you talk
My
every day about
priority
Jesus.
is essentially, I mean, since I have no children, I really do believe that, you know, financial sustainment and trying to find a wife or a woman to have a child with is an important, you know, next step in my
Correct.
life.
That's correct, yeah.
Don't do it, man. Don't